literature at university. I've been learning Bharatanatyam for about 7-8 years now. I started learning when my family was living in Malaysia with Guru Shangita Namashivayam, and then a year after which we moved to Singapore. So for the past 7 years, I've been learning with Guru P and Vikas in Singapore and with Gurus Indu and Nitish Kumar in Chennai. And every summer we go and learn with them. And dance is a big part of my life and identity, and I just love to share it whenever I get the opportunity to. So I'm going to present a piece called Amba Sambhavi. It's about Durga, Amba, the mother, and it describes her beautiful form, the moon that she wears, that her head is ornamented by the different anklets and bracelets and garlands that she wears, and it's just in praise of the mother. So I hope this is meaningful. Thank you.
अम्बा शाम्भवी चन्द्रमौली अम्बा शाम्भवी चन्द्रमौली अमलाभरण उमा पार्वती
अम्बा शाम्भवी चन्द्रमौली अमला अपर्ण उमा पार्वती
काली हैमवती शिवा त्रिनयनी कार्त्यायनी भैरवी
काली हैमवती शिवा त्रिनयनी कात्यायनी भैरवी
अम्बा शाम्भवी चन्द्रमौली अमला अपर्ण उमा पार्वती काली हैमवती शिवा त्रिनयनी कार्त्यायनी भैरवी कार्त्यायनी भैरवी सग దని ద సాని ద సగ ని సాని దని సగ స సగ సాని ద బని సాని ద బగ గ పద ని దని పద ని సగ పగ సగ సాని సాని ద పగ సని దని గ సని ద గ సాని ద పద సగ పద ని సా अम्बा मोहिनी देवता त्रिभुवनी आनंद सदायिनी अम्बा मोहिनी देवता त्रिभुवनी आनंद सदायिनी वाणी पल्लव वाणी वेणु मुरली गान प्रिय लोलिनी वाणी पल्लव वाणी वेणु मुरली गान प्रिय लोलिनी अम्बा मोहिनी देवता त्रिभुवनी आनंद सदायिनी वाणी पल्लव वाणी वेणु मुरली गान प्रिय लोलिनी
तकिट झम तक तकिट झम तद्दित तकिट तकिट झम तधि गिणतम तकिट झम तकिट झम तत्तित तकिट झम तधि गिणतम तधि गिणतम तकिट झम तकिट झम तत्तित तकिट झम तधि गिणतम तधि गिणतम दिक्कु तधि गिणतम
अंबानूपुर रत्न कंगणधरी अंबानूपुर रत्न कंगणधरी केयूर हारावली अंबानूपुर रत्न कंगणधरी केयूर हारावली जाति चंबक वैजयंती लहरी ग्रैवेय कैराजिता जाति चंबक वैजयंती लहरी ग्रैवेय कैराजिता अंबानूपुर रत्न कंगणधरी केयूर हारावली जाति चंबक वैजयंती लहरी ग्रैवेय कैराजिता सनि रे सनि प म पनि प म ग ग म रि स सनि रि स द नि स रि नि प द नि प ग म द नि रि स नि प म ग म द नि सरि प ग ग म रि स नि रि स द द नि प म म नि प ग ग म रि स म रि स नि प नि स नि प म ग म द नि रि स वीणा वेणु विनोद मंडितकर
धड़ंगु तक धिक्कु तक तधिंगिण तुम तरि त झम तकिट तकता धिंगे न तुम त धन त झम तकिट तकता धिंगे न तुम त तरि त झम तकिट तक धन त झम तकिट तक तधिंगिण तुम तक तधिंगिण तुम तक दिक्कु तधिंगिण तुम
वीणा वेणु विनोद मंडितकर वीरासन संस्थित वीणा वेणु विनोद मंडितकर वीरासन संस्थित चित्रूपी परदेवता भगवती श्रीराजराजेश्वरी चित्रूपी परदेवता भगवती श्रीराजराजेश्वरी वीणा वेणु विनोद मंडितकर वीरासन संस्थित चित्रूपी परदेवता भगवती श्रीराजराजेश्वरी श्रीराजराजेश्वरी श्रीराजराजेश्वरी
That was wonderful, dear Aparajita. Everybody liked the way you brought out the mood of the Mother Divine, the Mother of the whole universe, and how the last thing which she was telling, Raja Rajeshwari. In general, the Durga that is worshipped in according to Chandi, Durga Saptashati, you don't have this Durga holding a flute like Krishna, It is a rare thing. It is there, but not very often invoked. Durga, who is playing flute like Krishna plays flute. So, and this particular dance brought out that feature also. Wonderful. Many, many thanks, Aparajita, for this performance. So we shall now move. You know that this Durga Puja that we have been doing here since morning, it is sometimes called Mahisasura Mardini. There was a demon in the shape of Mahisha, means a buffalo, a big buffalo, and very powerful. So that demon was killed by the goddess Durga. So she gets therefore the name killer of Mahisasura. So the form that you are seeing there, that in that there is a buffalo. Durga is riding a lion and is fighting with this big demon, Mahisasura. So, how this Mahisasura became powerful? What does it represent? All these, although these are stories, they are allegories. Means, what is this demon? This demon is our ego. That ego is, when it is fed, it becomes very, very powerful and appropriates everything to itself. That is the way this demon expands its powers. It controls everything. And we can easily experience this in our life, that when ego overpowers, all the demonic tendencies, they become strong. And all the virtues which are represented by the angels or demigods, they have to take a back seat. They lose their power and thus suffer. There is the divinity in all of us. It doesn't find manifestation when there is this demon, ego becoming powerful. So, all these devas or the angels, they became deprived. It is told here, in this book, Chandi, or 700 verses on Mother Durga, the most popular text that is followed in the worship of Durga. In fact, in every Durga worship, there is the reading from this book. Here also we had in the morning a short recital from this book. So, there is this middle part of it. There is the first part, middle part, and the last part. They correspond to three different bodies that a person gets identified with. Like there is the gross body, then there is the subtle body, and the causal body. Let me explain in brief when do we experience these three different bodies. When I am in the waking state, all my physical organs, body, everything is active. I am more identified with that. When the body goes somewhere, I say, I go there. When the body gets sick, I say, I fell sick. So I am identified with that. Then there is this gross body is powered by the program that like you have your computer or even your phone or tablet. These are good examples to illustrate this point. It is in the absence of this people using computers, these concepts were very difficult for me to explain. But now, with everybody using these machines, now they can understand it, that your phone is powered by a program, a software. Sometimes you therefore see a message on your phone, software update necessary. So that software gets updated. Not that your phone changes its shape, outer shape remains the same. The gross body remains the same for the phone, but the program that powers it changes. So this gross body, who runs it? There is a program, there is a software that makes it functional. So in our common parlor, it is called our mind. In Vedanta, it gets called as the subtle body. It is body, it is like body. And where do we experience this? Let us remember this, that even when the gross body we are experiencing, we are also experiencing this subtle body and the causal body. But the reverse is not true. Means you can experience subtle body without experiencing the gross body. When you are seeing a dream, now you are not identified with the gross body. The gross body is lying on the bed. Got it? Gross body, where is it? On the bed. And where are you? Somewhere riding on an imaginary bird. That it is fine, it keeps on riding like that, goes to all different worlds. And everything appears to be quite rational while you are dreaming. It is what body you are connected to now. In dream you see that I am doing this, not the one with the gross body. The gross body is lying flat on the bed, but you are active. You are riding on a unicorn. Fine, it is. So that is your subtle body. Just to give an analogy for explanation. So that is the subtle body. Then you get into deep sleep. No dream is being seen. And you are still asleep. You don't experience as such anything except calmness, peace and happiness, bliss. So that is, what is that? It is the causal body. So these three bodies are depicted here. In these three bodies, there is the fight with the demon. So the first fight was with the causal body. And there it is just waking up of our inner divinity, that was enough. But then there is the subtle body, where the ego, where is the ego? Is it in the nose, in the hand? It is this part of the subtle body. Ego is a thought that yes, I am so and so. I can do this, I am better than that fellow. It is ego, it appropriates everything to itself. I did this. Yeah, I did this great job. I won the election. But actually, there were so many things going on. But ego appropriates all of that to itself. I won it. I did this great work. So, thus, this is the enemy at this subtle body level. That is this Mahisasura. And there again, like at every level, there is the fight between the good tendencies and the evil tendencies. So this Mahisasura and the good tendencies, the God, we all have that also. We feel many times that, oh, that's so much egotism is not good. No, it's not right. We see that. We also feel that because of this ego, my inner divinity is not finding manifestation. So one can easily see it, that if that ego is powerful, then what happens? The inner divinity, where you feel the same divine everywhere. You feel that you are that divine, you are love itself, bliss itself. All those things get submerged under this ego. So, but ego gradually becomes powerful because these our good forces, they become divided. So, united one becomes strong, divided you become weak. A commonly seen thing. So it is that a aging father wanted to teach a lesson to his sons who were nice, but they were having always quarrel with each other. So he gave them, that 5 sticks. And then asked, can you break? And then they easily, yes, broken. Then he gave them the 5 sticks tied together in a bundle. Try to break? No, because now they are united. They won't break. So, this bringing about the unity in all our various faculties, that is this creation of this goddess Mahisasura Mardini, this divine mother comes out of that. Let us read that the devas, they got vanquished by this demon of ego. Mahisasura vanquished the devas, headed by Brahma, the Lord of beings. Then they went to the place where Shiva and Vishnu were there, the godheads. So they went there to take refuge, and when they narrated their plight, that, well, this demon has completely vanquished us, and we are at a loss to, think what can we do to survive. He has appropriated all that actually belong to us, and so please show us the way, please protect us. So they prayed, and then what happened? See, all this God is not sitting outside somewhere on a cloud there. It is within us. That is, the kingdom of heaven, Jesus says, is in us. That is where all the divinity is. So, this when this prayer was put there, now the divine kind of became awakened, and it made a resolve. Yes, we must defeat. So how it is expressed here? Having thus heard the words of the Devas, Vishnu was angry, and also Shiva, and their faces became fierce with frowns. That fierceness or anger is actually the resolve. Yeah, I must defeat this demon. It is that demon is causing the divinity to get submerged, not allowing that divinity to come up, manifest. So this is the resolve, power of resolve. We have to invoke that power. Yes, I must defeat this demon. In spiritual life, the power of resolve is very important. That because otherwise this demon immediately takes over, and then all the other these things follow. All other evil tendencies, mostly lethargy, it just inertia and lethargy takes over in no time. So a resolve was made there that yes, then lashed forth a great light from the face of Vishnu. A great light came forth, full of intense anger. This anger we direct it to others, hey, this fellow. It should be directed to our own inertiatic nature, our own non-spiritual nature. It should become spiritual. Why am I not able to do it? I must do it. That brings out that fire. So it is described, that fire, that tej, that tremendous luminous expression came out from there. And so it is a great light from the face of Vishnu, and from that of Brahma and Shiva too, from the bodies of Indra and other devas also, sprang forth a very great light. All that became shining. What does it mean? It has a very beautiful significance there. All our sense organs, all our motor organs, our mind, it now gets energized with this thought that I must defeat this demon of ego. I must strive for that. I must not be callous about it. It is a matter that is of tremendous urgency. I cannot be just sleeping like that anymore. Come on, the life is ebbing away. Before it goes, let me fight these demons. And so all this power now becomes apparent. It is, and that it says, the Devas there saw a concentration of light like a mountain blazing excessively, pervading all the quarters with its flames. That becomes our personality, a person who is determined to now fight and conquer the ego, the demon, the terrible demon that was keeping our spiritual fervor covered up. So it becomes now that full luminous mountain, flaming mountain. And that flame, that from that it became concentrated into a shape. That is the shape of the goddess Mahisasura Mardini, the goddess killer of this demon Mahisha. It is given the shape of a buffalo. It is it is powerful. The buffalo, it is has tremendous strength and is compared to many other animals. It is lethargic. Especially in the Indian continent, you see the buffaloes. They are somewhat different than the buffaloes that you find here. Those buffaloes in India, they won't move from the place, If they are sitting on the street, just by tooting the horn, that buffalo will not move. The driver or somebody has to come with a big stick and then make that fellow. That also doesn't happen easily because it is a very lethargic animal. So it is powerful but lethargic. That is this nature of this ego. Doesn't want to do any right thing. When it comes to doing the wrong things, then its all powers, they become lighted. So this is this demon, buffalo demon. Now this goddess was, that unique light produced from all the bodies of all the devas. Now you see the unification. All the different sense organs, they are now their light is united now. United we stand, divided we fall. When all concentrated, you know that the sunlight, if it is concentrated to a point by a lens, then concentrate on a piece of paper and then the paper catches fire. Because of the concentration, the power comes. So now all these, otherwise they had their light, but it was all getting scattered here and there. Now they have come, they have become united with this purpose. United, becoming united for some lower purpose, that comes easy. Come out, 100 people to protest against something, you will get them, Hey, shout and then throw stones and whatever, it is. Denouncing comes easy. But to build a concentrated power for something good in life takes very special effort. So it is the goddess gets formed like that. There is no goddess somewhere in the sky and then you offer a flower and all that. This goddess, where is it? Right within. Each of us, when we determine to conquer this enemy of ego, that goddess comes up. And all powers are concentrated now there. It is described that everybody contributed their specific capabilities to this goddess now. Very important thing. It is not just, I will keep my weapon just to myself. No, give all these things to goddess. The description is so wonderful here that by that which was, she was light, her face came into being. Now when that human form comes, now human form will have to have the human features, like there would be face, there would be the other parts of the body, there would be hands, feet, and so forth, So from the Shiva's light, her face came into being. By Yama's light, her hair. By Vishnu's light, her arms. And by Chandra's light, her two breasts. By Indra's light, her waist. By Varuna's light, her shanks and thighs. And by Earth's light, her hips. By Brahma's light, her feet came into being. So this is all described at how all these different organs, they are now contributing. They are the deities, they are the gods. So they are now contributing for the formation of this killer of the demon, Mahisasura Mardini, goddess Durga is getting formed like this. That is how Durga gets formed. Let us remember. It is we worship Durga in an image, but it is just for a representation, that we need some symbol. But we should, if the symbol is not connected with symbolized, then it is not even a symbol. It becomes just a useless object. It is symbol and symbolized has to get connected. Like when you drive, when you see while driving a red light, what do? Michael? You just cross ahead? No, you stop, isn't it? Yeah, it is. You stop there because that is the symbol. Now the red light does not make you actually stop. It does not hold your neck there or your feet. What it sends you, it is a symbol that stop now. So that is how, but if those who do not understand this, that red means stop, that is why there are tests, before you appear for that driving, before you get a license, you have to understand the meaning of all these symbols. So then the symbol and the symbolized gets connected. Then that becomes meaningful. Otherwise not. So this is this symbol, the outer image of the goddess. That is a symbol of the goddess that each of us has to create in our life. So then it shows that, tells that how that Shiva, he has a very powerful bow and that arrow. His bow is called Pinaka. So the bearer of Pinaka, drawing forth a trident from his own trident, presented it to her, and Vishnu, bringing forth a discus out of his own discus, gave her. That is their own powers, they are now giving it to the goddess. Varuna gave her a conch, Agni a spear, and Maruta, that is the wind god, gave her a bow as well as 2 quivers full of arrows. Indra, the lord of Devas, bringing forth a thunderbolt out of his own thunderbolt, means that the power of the thunderbolt was transmitted, and a bell from that of his elephant gave her. All these things were given to her by the different demigods making, and these demigods, they represent our mind, sense organs, and our good tendencies in us. So now, thus this goddess got made. Now, very powerful goddess. Now that powerful goddess, thus that Surya bestowed his own rays on all the pores of her skin, and Kala, the time principle, gave a spotless sword and shield. He agrees with me, that is why, bless you. So it is, that is what is to be given, Everything is getting concentrated, and thus it is creating that force. If many times we say, well, I want to develop a powerful personality, do we think sometimes like that? Kana, do you think that I should have a powerful personality? That powerful personality gets built by just concentration. That is why in spiritual life there is so much stress on concentration and meditation, that you, by that the power gets developed in us. So this power now is able to defeat any enemy. It is described here. I am not reading everything for the sake of time, but you can understand the idea behind it, that all these demigods, they came together. Otherwise they were fighting together, who is greater, who is, and so forth. It is, they fight. In Kenopanishad, you see how they were vying for superiority over each other. So now that vanished. They understood that unless we concentrate all our capabilities into one, this goddess, that is called goddess, then only we will be able to defeat this enemy, not otherwise. So we see this, that in ordinary people, why this ego and all those components of it become powerful. The reason is that all our faculties go their way. The intellect is pulling in one direction, our feelings are pulling in another direction. So there is now, what will you do? Your body is pulling in a third direction. Again that changes in the morning, afternoon, evening. See, what you think in the morning may not be the thought in the afternoon. It depends, Yeah, so it is like one man, very intelligent professor. So in the morning he will say, what are you thinking about it? Well, what shall we have for breakfast? That is the prominent thought, but that is not going to be the constant thought during the day. It will be this or this or this. So there is no concentrated one-pointed thought either. Then even if there is that thought, the feelings don't agree with that thought. They have their own path. So all in their own way, and thus there is no concentrated power available. Integration of personality is a very important task before a spiritual aspirant. Our personality, various facets of our personality need to be brought together. Those who want to know more about it, I suggest there is a beautiful book by Swami Yatishwarananda, Meditation and Spiritual Life. And there is a chapter on this, integration of personality. So, when we integrate them to the purpose of our life, there is a purpose to life. So when we integrate all these to that, then the power comes up. So, and with that power we can vanquish any demon. So it is told here that what happened now, this all-powerful goddess became, with all these weapons and all this luminosity, now the earth started shaking under her feet. It is very nice description. The earth quaked and all the mountains rocked. Victory to you, exclaimed the Devas in joy to her. The lion rider, she had been given a lion, it is by one of these demigods. A lion came up from that. So now she has a lion to ride. This lion riding has also a significance that it is she is the controller of the animal in us. There is the animal in us. That animal is to be used, to be controlled and used for the elimination of this enemy. So the lion is a very powerful animal. So, but it is to be controlled and used. So it is, and they all seeing the three worlds agitated, the foes of Devas mobilized all their armies. The enemy of Devas under this Mahisasura, this ego demon, buffalo demon, they all now came up together in an organized force. They get organized easily. As I mentioned, that for the lower tendencies, organizing is very easy. See, for higher purpose, come on, let us meditate, come together for meditation. Everybody will have some difficulty, No, this is not. Oh, I don't like to meditate at this time. Oh, or it's so difficult. Call for a big, nice party, and then everybody will find time, Yeah, that is what, because for that purpose, finding time is easy. So, that is how this coming together for Devas is difficult. For the demons, it is easy. Because their purpose is of that type. Hey, come on, kill, loot, and so forth. So, it's easy to become united for that. So, it is, and then they, making the earth bend with her footstep, scraping the sky with her diadem, shaking the nether worlds with the twang of her bowstring, and standing there, pervading all the quarters around with her 1,000 arms. Then began a battle between that Devi and the enemies of the Devas, in which the quarters of the sky were illumined by the weapons and arms hurled diversely. Mahisasura's general, a great asura called Chiksura and Chamara, Chiksura and Chamara. So they were the main generals of this Mahisasura. So they attacked the Devi. So a big fight ensued, and there were other names of these demons given there, how thousands of chariots and all those vehicles, they were pushed into battle. The battle was raging. So the numbers, as you know, it is in this type of literature, storytelling, Puranas. They are called Puranas. The exaggeration is the norm. Exaggeration is not exceptional. Exaggeration is norm. So they live million years, and the chariots, how many chariots were there? Many million chariots. Imagine, you can't put them on earth. So it is, but that is the story, that there is a huge number. And thus Mahisasura was surrounded in that battle with thousands of crores of horses. A crore means 10 millions. So it is so many horses, elephants, and other the parts of his army. So he has a big army. What it signifies, to make the long story short, for spiritual aspirants, that it is a long drawn battle. We have given lot of rein to this demon ego. So now it is not easy to defeat that demon in a trice, you see. The demon has all these, the army. So one should be ready for a long haul. One should not become impatient in spiritual life. It takes time, as Patanjali describes it very beautifully, that it is that satu dirgha kala nairantarya satkara sevito dridhabhumi, that it takes dirgha kala, lot of time you have to keep on this fight going on. One day I tried, then next day I felt very tired and sleepy, and then 3 days I forgot. Will that help, Tirisha? No, that won't help. You have to be at it constantly, for a long time, nairantarya, without giving a break. It is not that, okay, it is for your school and all, you have the vacation times. There is no vacation time for this. You have to do it every day at all these fixed appointed hours, and continuously do it. Dirgha kala nairantarya, and do it with that devotion. Because you are doing it for your own good. Know that. So it is just as unless you have an upset stomach or something like that, you don't give, say, I will not eat food for 1 month and like that. It is, you take food. So nobody needs to tell it to you. So similarly, this spiritual food has to be taken. That we just saw a very nice dance. So I was talking to this wonderful dancer from Brown University, that, well, do you get time to practice? Well, I have to practice. If I don't practice for a week, then that means, well, the limbs become kind of stiff, movements become difficult, dancing then is very difficult to do. So it is therefore for everything you have to have a discipline, continuous practice carried on for a long time for spiritual life to conquer this demon of ego. One has to be ready for that. That it is not matter of, okay, I will do it one day, or that should do it. This is a common complaint that I get, that I tried, 3 days, nothing happened. In 3 days, what do you expect, It is, carry it on at least 30 years and then let us see. 30 years is not a big time. See, we might have spent 30 years, 50 years piling on ignorance and fattened the ego. Now you require to do a practice for a long time without relenting, relentless focused practice. This is what this war represents. You have to be fighting for a long time. So it is said that for she kept on fighting all this army. And one important thing shown here is without any strain on her face, and with gods and sages extolling her, they, Ishwari means the goddess, threw her weapons and arms at the bodies of the enemies, the asuras, and the lion also, which carried the Devi, shaking its mane in rage, stalked among the host of the asuras like a conflagration amidst the forest. It is now it is again a story, so has to have the points of interest. The curiosity and that interest must be kept alive. So now a description of war, a graphic description of war. So people like to read the stories of war. There is a saying in Sanskrit, Yuddhasya katharamya, that the stories of war are very attractive. Yuddhasya katharamya. War is not that interesting. If you are to go as a soldier to fight, not interesting. But you read the stories, that interest a lot of people. They like to go to see the war movies because that is interesting. It is not that you want to get shot in the battlefield. That's not very humorous thing, you see. So, so here lot of story is being expanded about this, and then the war continues. So, pierced in the breast by her trident, some fell on the ground. A graphic description how so many of the army of this big demon that was being killed by this goddess. And I am making the long story short because the principle is more important. So, and you can read, it is very graphic, very beautiful, and allegorically very helpful description. So, it is and thus it is the Devi easily cutting asunder the masses of the arrows of this demon, killed his horses and their controller with her arrows. All those components and the strengths of that demon, they were removed. We have to deprive this ego of all it seeks. No, you won't get it. See, this is a spiritual practice, not very easy, because we have this addiction. I will do whatever I want to do. I cannot do that, I cannot do this, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't do all that. That I has to be steamrolled, completely eliminated. One must be ready for that, if you want spiritual illumination. Do we want? Yes. Good. Then one has to remove these ideas. I am such and such. This is what I want to do. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. And no, I don't care about what I like or what I dislike. I care for what is right and what is not right. This shift is very important for spiritual life. No, I don't like this. The likings keep on shifting and changing. As a little kid you like something. When you grow up you like something else. Again in the morning you like one thing, in the afternoon you like something else. When it is this summer time, then you like, let there be cool, it should be cold. But you don't like cold when it is the month of January, you like something different. So that is how it changes. The likes and dislikes, they are not stable at all. So So, what should we do? A spiritual aspirant must determine not to go by likes and dislikes, but what is right and what is not right. If it is right, if it is going to be helpful to me, I will do it even if I dislike it completely. And even if I like something, if it is not right for me, I will not go for it. This is what is mentioned here, that go and fight this depriving the ego of all that it is accustomed to makes the ego weak. Like something that is growing, I had told that incident that we had some weed growing in India, and then it was even if you cut, it would grow again. So what was told by an expert, that deprive it, don't let it have food, then it will die of its own, otherwise not. So that agro expert gave different seeds. You put these seeds, these are more powerful. They will extract all the food from the soil, and all the nutrients will be taken by this, and then that will kill this weed that you want to eliminate. So, and that worked, It is very important. We had some mice around, so I was at a loss what to do now. Somebody told, clean everything, don't keep any food lying around. That will make those mice, they come because they get food, otherwise they won't come. So the ego should not be given food. That should be stopped. It is difficult because this ego has become our pet animal. We want to fatten it. So that should be stopped. This is what the goddess is doing, killing all the accessories of this big demon. And thus this Mahisasura's generals, they put up a big fight, they were killed, and ultimately it shows that this Mahisasura also was killed, this ego demon. So the point is that concentrate our own powers, that will bring out this goddess, Mahisasura Mardini. This goddess comes with that, and that goddess will kill this terrible demon, friends. So today we have been worshipping this Mahisasura Mardini, the Durga. The meaning of this word Durga also is similar. The protector of what? Our true nature, our pursuit to realize our true nature, that this Durga is protecting and nourishing. So now this was a part of that celebration. So now we shall move to the other part, singing the glories of Holy Mother as Sarada Nam Sankirtanam. This Sankirtanam is combines the qualities or the description of Holy Mother Sarada Devi and Mother Durga, because she was considered Mother Durga in a living form. Holy Mother was thought of like that. There are many incidents describing this, that it is that how Holy Mother was just the Mother Durga uh, manifest in a human form. So, this beautiful Sankirtanam combines both these aspects of Holy Mother, human and divine. And then we will recite what is called Mahisasura Mardini hymn, a very popular hymn, Aigiri Nandini. We will recite that, and then you are requested to join taking of prasad. We shall conclude today's service with the closing prayers. Next week our programs will go on as usual. I mean, there will be the Tuesday and Friday classes at 7:30 p.m. There will be singing of Arati and meditations every morning and evening. And there will be the Sunday service on what is the topic, you know? This is the October 9th. Wow, what is that concept of numbers? That is the topic coming Sunday, concept of numbers. So let's see what comes out when we try to think about concept of numbers. You want to help me out? Okay. I thought you looked very happy. I can outsource this lecture to you. May the Divine, who is Father in heaven of the Christians, Holy One of the Jewish faith, Allah of the Muslims, Buddha of the Buddhists, Tao of the Taoists, Great Spirit of the Native Americans, Ahur Mazda of the Zoroastrians, and Brahman of the Hindus, lead us from the unreal to the real, from darkness to light, from death to immortality. May the all-loving being manifest himself unto us and grant us abiding understanding and all-consuming divine love. Peace, peace, peace be unto all. Change of? Oh yes, you know, you are seeing some construction happening around. We have a renovation program, renovation and expansion construction going on. And so for about 2 months, give or take, it is after all construction, you know, the schedule is like that. Everybody has that experience, I am sure that it is. So there will be, this space will be subject to lot of renovation. So they all lectures, meditation, classes will happen just in the room behind. Those who have been coming here for fairly long time, they know that that used to be the chapel earlier. So it is, Anne will know. This Johnny, Naomi, Charlie, Teresa, Cyrus, they have been coming here for many years, they will know. Richard also would know. But who will not know? It is, like our Michael will not know, Alexa will not know, this Ujjwal will not know, this our friend Abhishek will not know. So they have come later, they are the later editions and additions, not just additions, but so they may also get the glimpse of how things used to happen there. So let us move to the Sankirtan. Abhishek, would you? Yes, this entrance will remain the same. Yeah, that will be, शुक्लाम्बरधरां धीरां लज्जापटविभूषितां प्रसन्नां धर्मकामार्थ मोक्षदां विश्वमङ्गलां स्वनाथवामभागस्थां भक्तानुग्रहकारिणीम् ॐ सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपिण्यै श्री शारदा देव्यै नमः। त्वं मे ब्रह्म सनातनी मां शारदेश्वरि सुभगे मां त्वं मे ब्रह्म सनातनी मां शारदेश्वरि सुभगे मां ब्रह्मानन्दस्वरूपिणि मां ब्रह्मशक्तिसुखदायिनि मां सृष्टिस्थितिलयकारिणि मां कारिणि मां ब्रह्मसुधां बुद्धिकेलिनि मां ब्रह्मात्मैक्यशुभङ्करि मां जीवेश्वरभित्कौतुकि मां अगाधलीलारूपिणि मां त्वं मे ब्रह्म सनातनी मां शारदेश्वरि सुभगे मां चिन्मयरूपविलासिनि मां बहिरान्तरसुखवर्धिनि मां ज्ञानानन्दप्रवर्षिणि मां दिव्यरसामृतवर्षिणि मां मूलाधारनिवासिनि मां सहस्रारशिवसङ्गिनि मां आद्यशक्तिस्वरूपिणि मां चित्तसुखदायिनि तारिणि मां त्वं मे ब्रह्म सनातनी मां शारदेश्वरि सुभगे मां शुभमतिदायिनि शाङ्करि मां दुर्गतिदुर्मतिनाशिनि मां महाकालरिधिनर्दिनि मां जीवशिवान्तरवर्तिनि मां जगज्जननि जयदायिनि मां तडिल्लसितसौदामिनि मां सीतारामकारिणि मां कृष्णराधिकारूपिणि मां त्वं मे ब्रह्म सनातनी मां कमनीयाकृतिधारिणि मां भवसागरभयहारिणि मां शान्तिसौख्यचिरदायिनि मां शान्तिमहागुणवर्षिणि मां कान्तिवराभयदायिनि मां गिरिशाङ्कोपरिवासिनि मां हरार्धनारी रूपिणि मां नटनमहेश्वरसङ्गिनि मां हिमगिरि नन्दिनि लासिनि मा सर्वचराचर सर्गिनि मा त्वं मे ब्रह्म सनातनि मा सर्वभवामयवारिणि मा सर्वजगत्त्रयसाक्षिणि मा निखिलाधीश्वरि योगिनि मा एलागन्धसुकेशिनि मा चिन्मयसुन्दररूपिणि मा परमानन्दतरङ्गिणि मा रम्यकान्तिचिरधारिणि मा समस्तसुगुणाभूषणि मा त्वं मे ब्रह्म सनातनि मा शारदयीश्वरि सुभगे मा सद्गतिसन्मतिदायिनि मा भवतारिणि करुणेश्वरि मा त्रिपुरे सुन्दरि मोहिनि मा ब्रह्माण्डोदरधारिणि मा प्रेमानन्दप्रवर्षिणि मा सर्वचराचरपालिनि मा भुवनचतुर्दशप्रसविनि मा नानालीलाकारिणि मा विविधविभूतिविधारिणि मा ज्ञानालोकप्रदायिनि मा विश्वक्रीडाकौतुकि मा नन्दस्मितस्मरहारिणि मा भक्तानुग्रह शान्तिसुधानिस्यन्दिनि मा त्वं मे भ्रान्तिरोगविषहारिणि मा कान्तियोगसुखदायिनि मा वीरनरेन्द्रप्रहर्षिणि मा समाधिचिरचितदायिनि मा वीर्यबलाभयकारिणि मा तापत्रयभयहारिणि मा सर्वोत्तुङ्गसुवासिनि मा प्रसन्नवरदे भैरवि मा त्वं मे ब्रह्म सनातनि मा शारदयीश्वरि सुभगे मा हवनजपार्चन साधिनि मा चण्डासुरखलघातिनि मा सकलदेव जय साधिनि मा दुष्टमुण्डवधकारिणि मा चामुण्डेश्वरि दर्पिणि मा माहिषदर्पविनाशिनि मा माहेश्वर सुखवर्धिनि मा महिषासुरफलमर्दिनि मा त्वं मे ब्रह्म सनातनि मा शारदयीश्वरि सुभगे मा त्रिगुणत्रिलोकत्रिरूपिणि मा निर्गुणसगुणविचित्रिणि मा कारितध्यानानन्दिनि मा दर्पणचेतविभासिनि मा चेतोदर्पणकाशिनि मा नवनवरूपिणि रूपसुदर्शनि मा समस्तलोकोद्धारिणि मा रामकृष्ण नवरूपिणि मा त्वं मे ब्रह्म सनातनि मा धर्मग्लानि विनाशिनि मा धर्मस्थापनकारिणि मा रम्यसहजपथदर्शिनि मा मातृभावसुखशोधिनि मा निर्मलभक्तोत्कर्षिणि मा दिव्याद्भुतचरितार्थिनि मा रामकृष्ण सहधर्मिणि मा जय रामाख्यसुवाटिनि मा त्वं मे ब्रह्म सनातनि मा शारदयेश्वरि सुभगे मा मृगकेसरि वरवाहिनि मा दुर्गहिमाचलनन्दिनि मा नरेन्द्र हृदय निवासिनि मा लोकोत्तर कृतिदर्शिनि मा सुन्दर रूप विकासिनि मा दिव्य गुणाकरधारिणि मा दुर्बल सबल सुकारिणि मा दुःख दैन्य भयनाशिनि मा सर्वभूतहितसाधिनि मा समस्तलोकाभयकरि मा दुर्गतिनाशिनि दुर्गे मा नारायणि जगदाद्ये मा जय 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 जगदाद्ये मा नारायणि जय दुर्गे मा जय 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 जगदाद्ये मा नारायणि जय दुर्गे मा जय 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 जगदाद्ये मा नारायणि जय दुर्गे मा जय 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 जगदाद्ये मा नारायणि जय दुर्गे मा त्वं मे ब्रह्म सनातनि मा शारदयेश्वरि सुभगे मा यथाग्नेर्दाहिका शक्ति रामकृष्णे स्थिता हि या सर्वविद्यास्वरूपां तां शारदां प्रणमाम्यहम् ओयि गिरिनन्दिनि नन्दितमेदिनि विश्वविनोदिनि नन्दनुते गिरिवरविन्ध्यशिरोधिनि वासिनि विष्णुविलासिनि विष्णुनुते भगवति हेशितिकण्ठकुटुम्बिनि भूरि कुटुम्बिनि भूरि कृते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते सुरवरवर्षिणि दुर्धरधर्षिणि दुर्मुखमर्षिणि हर्षरते त्रिभुवनपोषिणि शङ्करतोषिणि किल्बिषम् धनुजनिरोषिणि दितिसुतरोषिणि दुर्मदशोषिणि सिन्धुसुते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते अयि जगदम्ब मदम्ब कदम्ब वनप्रियवासिनि हासरते शिखरि शिरोमणि तुङ्ग हिमालय शृङ्गनिजालय मध्यगते मधु मधुरे मधुकैटभभञ्जिनि कैटभभञ्जिनि रासरते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते अयि शतखण्ड विखण्डितरुण्ड वितुण्डितशुण्ड गजाधिपते रिपुगजगण्ड विदारणचण्ड पराक्रमशूण्ड गजाधिपते निजभुजदण्ड निपातितखण्ड विपातितमुण्ड भटाधिपते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते जय जय जप्य जये जय शब्द परस्तुति तत्पर विश्वनुते झण झण झिंझिमि झिंकृतनूपुर सिंजित मोहित भूतपते नटित नटार्ध नटी नटनायक नाटित नाट्य सुगानरते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते अयि सुमन 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 सुमनोहर कान्तियुते श्रितरजनी रजनी 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 करवक्त्रवृते सुनयन विभ्रमर भ्रमर 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 भ्रमराधिपते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते करमुरलीरवविजितकोजित लज्जितकोकिल मञ्जुमते मिलितपुलिन्द मनोहर गुञ्जित रञ्जित शैलनिकुञ्जगते निजगुणभूत महाशबरी गण सद्गुण संवृत केलिरते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते कमलं करुणानिलये वरिवस्यति योऽनुदिनं स शिवे अयि कमले कमलानिलये कमलानिलयस्य कथं न भवेत् तव पदमेव परं पदमेत्यनुशीलयतो मम किं न शिवे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते तव विमलेन्दुकुलं वदनेन्दुमलं सकलं ननुकूलयते किमु पुरुहू कृपया किमुत क्रियते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते अयि मयि दीनदयालुतया कृपयैव त्वया भवितव्यमु मे अयि जगतो जननी कृपयासि यथासि तथा नुमितासि रते यदुचितमत्र भवतुररि कुरुता दुरुतापमपाकुरुते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते जय श्री राम कृष्ण देव की जय जय श्री शारदा देवी की जय जय श्री स्वामी विवेकानंद की जय जय श्री बुद्धदेव की जय जय श्री जीसस क्राइस्ट की जय जय श्री दुर्गा माई की जय So let us say grace and then proceed to the basement to take a little prasad supper. Om Brahmarpanam Brahmahvir Brahmagno Brahmanahutam Brahmaiva tena gantavyam Brahma karma samadhina Hari Om Tat Sat Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, please accept our offerings, bless us, make us pure and all-loving. May we not accuse, demand or complain, but love, respect and cooperate with all. May we not find faults with others, but try to find our own faults. May we not treat others as strangers, but learn to make all our own. May we feel the whole world to be our own. Peace, peace, peace be unto all.